Afternoon YouTubers. So this one, the first time I was tried to get run in on. So this is a little bit of a story. This guy was a bit of a psychopath around town. Everyone was scared of him. He used to, one of those guys that just like, right, fucking no, I don't want to say the words. They might community guideline me, but yeah, just start yelling and screaming anytime someone offends him, and try and like get in their face and scream as loud as they can, and try and really intimidate people. It's probably because you couldn't fight. But anyway, so one of them, well, I just moved up from Sydney, kind of awkward thing. So I made good friends with this bloke, Leon, right, and his best mate was Jason. So Jason was didn't really like me, I think it was sort of a thing that I think maybe he's just a little bit jealous. I mean, people talk about me. He wants to be the only hectic guy in town. Went around there to get some weed once. He told the bloke that I went with, don't bring him back here, don't bring him back. So he must have felt a little bit intimidated or jealous or something. There's no other reason for it. I never even spoke to the bloke. Anyway, hanging around Leon, I run into this guy a few times, hanging out with him, and he'd get dirty. And one day, he's like yelling at me in the car and shit. So I jumped out. I said, all right, let's go, brother, let's go. Leon sort of broke that up, jumped in between us and shit. And I was like, fuck, Leon's telling me not to, telling him not to. He's screaming and carrying on. I'm just being quiet as usual. Like, come get in striking range, bro, and we'll talk about it. Anyway, yeah, a few weeks later, I had a missus back then. Leon had a missus back then. Oh, actually, I didn't have a missus back then. I had a kid. But, Jason had a missus back then. And so Leon was trying to get with this girl. He met this girl and he's like, oh, shotgun or all this shit. I'm like, yeah, sweet, bro. Whatever. I don't want to be with her anyway. Like, you can have it, whatever. It's not a competition. But anyway, I find out a couple of weeks later that Jason's got with this girl and gone and rooted her. And I'm like, shit, all right. Like, is this your mate? I'm like, fuck that cunt, bro. Let's get him. Leon, I think, was a bit intimidated by him. So he's like, oh no, I don't care, all this bullshit and that, But anyway, we were drinking down at Terrigal one night. And Leon's come up to me. So this girl must have been speaking to Leon. She goes, oh, can you tell Nathan to take me for a walk, root me, whatever, all this shit, So I'm like, he's come up to me and asked me. I said, bro, you sure? He's like, yeah, I didn't give a fuck. Like, Jason's been with her, like, whatever. I'm not going to touch her now. So I was like, oh, all right then, fuck it, I was drunk. Took her down to the rocks. Smashed her. Like, yeah, the boys walked around and busted me. I was like, boys, what are you doing? They ran away anyway. So I see this bloke gets wind of it, all of a sudden he thinks he's claimed this girl. Bro, you have a missus and a kid. I have a kid. I don't have a missus, but Leon shotgunned this girl, but the only reason I touched her is because Leon literally told me to. So anyway, so I'm at my house one night with my friend Stephen from Sydney. He was there with me, but he'd also moved up to the area. My brother and his mate were inside. So this car pulls up, and it was like, I think it was just Jason and another bloke in the passenger seat, maybe someone in the back. And goes, right, me and you, we're having a fucking go. All this shit. Starts yelling from inside the car. I said, oh, you sweet, bro, get out. I said, let's just go down the road, because this is out the front of my mum's house, and I'd had cops there recently, and like, I didn't want the cops to keep coming there. I get in trouble every time the cops come there. So I'm like, oh, let's just go down there. Well, Stephen steps in. Stephen's seen me fight a few times, obviously being friends in Sydney. There's the police there. Anyway, so he goes to him. I forget the amount. Could have been 5 or 10 grand, maybe 2 grand. But he goes, I'll bet you 5 grand you can't hit Nathan before he knocks you out. So he's like going, yeah, we'll fucking see. Fucking taken off, done a U-turn, taken off, right? So anyway, I'm sitting there for a few hours with Leon. Leon rocked up. Stephen was there. Stephen left. I think by the time he came back, it had been a few hours. The front door must have been unlocked, right? Because we were sitting downstairs and I was chopping up. And on the Central Coast, when I moved up there, everyone showed me chop up on the breadboard with the knife. So anyway, I'm chopping up. Got it sitting right in front of me. I'm sitting in my chair. Leon's sitting next to me, and I just hear all these footsteps, like, running through the house, running down the stairs, all this shit, I'm thinking, what the fuck is that, That's a lot of people. Anyway, the door busts open. In comes, 8 to 10 people. It was 2 carloads of people, so they had 8, 9 or 10 people there. Now, I'd met a couple of these people, but just moving up, I didn't know if they were good friends. Like, obviously they were on his side. They're coming here. He's told him he's going to get me, attack me, and all this bullshit. So they've come with him. So in my head, I've got 2 carloads that have just run into my house. My brother and his mate are in the other room playing pool. I'm sitting next to Leon. I'm thinking, fuck, this is going to turn bad, because the only option I have now with 10 people sitting there is I'm picking this blade up, right? Anyway, Leon yells out. Not Leon doesn't yell out. He starts yelling and shit. I'm like, Leon, tell him, bro. I said, tell him to leave. I'm going to put this in him. And I said, I'm going to fucking stab him, bro. And he's like I'm sort of whispering it to him. He goes, I'll fucking this, that. I'll do this and that, right? So, well, anyway, he's like, we're having to go right now. I said, bro, we can go down the road, just me and you, or we can meet up tomorrow, whatever. But this is my mum's house, bro. I said, well, it's not happening here, you know? Well, he goes, rah, rah, rah. And I'm looking at everyone, like, you know, sort of watching out of the corner of my eye. Are these fuckers going to jump up and all this bullshit? But anyway, I'm surrounded. I'm pinned in the corner in my room. There's the doors on the opposite corner. Well, anyway, he jumps up, starts ripping his jumper off, going, we're having a fucking go right fucking now. I'm going to fuck you in the ass and all this bullshit. And I'm like, wait, fucking what? Boom. Jumped up, picked the blade up all in one go, went bang, straight in his sternum, or just under his rib cage. So I'd recently hit someone with a fishing knot, like big thick blade, and it snapped off in their chest. So that's a story for another day. But anyway, so I went bang straight under where his ribs were. I didn't want to hit anywhere near his ribs because I knew it would break, and that was my only weapon. So I've tried to go up like that way, but it went right there. Yeah, as his turn, I used to play with knives because of the Asian singwar and that I used to hang around. So anyway, as soon as he's seen it, he's gone fucking white. As soon as he's seen the blade, you know, and he didn't see it till it was in him. Well, he's spun to turn around and run, and as he's turned, I flicked it in my hand and went bang straight across his back, sliced straight across his back. There would have been a lot of stitches, because this was like a filleting knife, something like this was razor, super razor sharp. Very good knife, very high-end knife. Anyway, he's gone to run. He's gone to run out the door, and as he's gone to run out the door, I grabbed him by the back of the neck with my left hand, threw him, like pinned him to the stairs that he's tried to run up, because as you go out my door, you can run up the stairs. Pinned him to the stairs, got the knife, and I was just gonna go bang and just snap it off in the back of his neck, and then run back into the others and see what's up, right? Well, anyway, Leon, thank fuck for Leon. Leon probably saved me a long time in jail. Anyway, as I've put my hand back, he's grabbed me by the wrist. I didn't know it was him because I'm looking at Jason. I've turned and gone bang, put it straight in his forearm. So he needed stitches as well. As I've done that, this guy's he ran so fucking fast. Like, bro, he could have beat Usain Bolt this day. I'm not even lying, right? Well, anyway, I've chased him up the stairs, chased him outside, and like, it was middle of the night. I could not see a thing. It was like pitch black, right? So yeah, he's taken off. I've turned around. I thought, oh shit, my brother. So I've ran back inside, ran downstairs. I'm like, where the fuck are they? Where the fuck are they? He goes, they're fucking out the windows, out the back door. He goes, they're gone, mate. They're gone. I said, holy shit, you know, like, I said, fuck these dogs, right? Looked out the back, obviously couldn't see anyone. They all legged it. None of them had seen anyone get holes in them before. And then my brother had a baseball bat in his hand, so he was obviously like spinning out, thinking, shit, is it on? Is it on? Yeah, so I found out he ran down the road, ran into some neighbour's house, banged on the door, laid down, got the ambulance called, and then some chick went there. She told me this later. He was laying there going, I'm gonna die. Oh, and he kept going in and out of consciousness, but it wasn't that bad a wound. It was more that he was just hyperventilating and passing out himself, like freaking himself out. The psycho, the town psycho, the local psycho. So that was my meeting with the local psycho when I moved up to the Central Coast within weeks of moving up. So within weeks, everybody knew my name. The next day, I actually got arrested that night. Did I? Yeah, that night. By that lunchtime that day, they'd gone and interviewed him. He told him that some dude jumped out of the bushes and all this shit. They knew what happened. This is a long time ago. Over 20 years, yeah, 25 years, mate. Less than that, 20 to 20 something. Anyway, yeah, they went to they let him out of hospital the next day or whatever, and that's when he gave the interview. They let me out. By the time I got home, got dressed and thought, all right, I'm going to get a sesh, go meet up with the boy. Everyone wanted to see me, like, oh fuck, did you hear what Pato did? Did you hear what Pato did? Got down to Terrigal, walking through Terrigal. This goose is standing on a fucking, there's like a block next to the surf club. It's like a square cement block. He's standing on that with his shirt open, big like fucking patch there with blood all over it, like wound, just showing off his wound like he's some warrior. Bro, are you serious? Like, hide that shit, bro. You just got and was fucking passing out from nothing. Anyway, yeah, standing there like with his shirt flapping in the wind like a Superman. Anyway, I've walked through the car park, headed towards him. I thought, they're like, oh, what's going on, brother? And I was crazy back then, you know. This is why you don't want to be involved with people like this, with people like how I was. Like, I'm so glad I changed my life and become a better person. But anyway, my thoughts was, all right, I'm gonna stick my hand straight in there, and I'm gonna rip out whatever I can grab, like his ut gaze, right? So yeah, it was pretty hectic. That's a kind of thinking when you grow up and get surrounded by gangs and violence and all that shit, you know. Like, you think you're one of them until you realize you're better than that. But anyway, as I got close to him, he sort of seen me. The police come around the corner, and I was thinking, shit, because just as the police come around the corner, he looked at them, looked at me, and ran across the road to his mum, where his mum and missus were sitting having a cafe, and I was like, what? What the hell? Well, anyway, I legged it. I was with Leon. Couple of boys that actually came in the house with him that came up to tell me that, yeah, they weren't involved in that, and they weren't with him. He just told them to come with them. But, you know, at the time, I obviously thought everyone was together. None of them came in and said, we're with you, Pato, or we're neutral, you know. And I just moved up there. So yeah, in my head, I was taking on 10 people, so it was pretty but I didn't have a choice. I was cornered. Yeah, and after that, I started telling people he was going to get me, all this bullshit. So I kept messaging him, trying to get him to meet up. I said, anywhere, anytime, bro, just tell me where to be. I said, otherwise you can just ask me. I said, grab all your mates if you want. I said, you can come, like, I'll be there wherever you want me to be, you know. Just tell me, I'll be there. Just like all these gooses that comment on my TikToks or whatever, you know. Like, you only have to ask me. What the hell? But to be honest, I'm not going to get locked up for any of yous. Yeah, unless you want to go in the ring somewhere where it's legal. Let's go. Yeah, so he's gone now, unfortunately, because his missus and his kid were actually like really good. And I don't wish death on nobody, especially when they have a child. But if he was going to be a bad influence to her, then yeah, maybe better to get a better influence. But yeah, love you all. Have a great day. That was the first time someone tried to run in on me. There was a couple of others, but no one actually ever successfully got through the door like him. That's because my door was unlocked and I was downstairs. But other times, yeah, they didn't even get through the door. Good luck with that one, brah. Yeah, that was another one for you. Love you all. YouTubers rock. Fuck the TikToks. Nah, joking. TikTok's alright, but yeah, if you can share, like, comment, yeah, just spread the channel, help get it growing. Because the better my channel goes, the more they pay me, the more anyone pays me, then the more I do this, and the more I get a lot more better content out there. I can hire people to help me get better content, and any suggestions for good content, hit them down below. I do have a big list, but like, to be honest, I've got mad shit. All right, love yous all. Have a great day.